Hi, I'm Bob Johns, and I'm going to read an excerpt from a book for you today. It's this book here. It's The Children of Wondria, and it's a book that I wrote a few years ago, a children's book. And we're going to take an excerpt from chapter 2 today for a little bit of reading. So let's begin with the story so far. 3 children, Becky, Sammy, and Nikki, live in a place called Wondria. It's a place where all the creatures have wings and they can fly, and the children each have a flying horse. They're out for a day's fun when they see a terrible storm approaching. So we'll begin. The children climbed aboard their horses and took to the skies. The storm was rapidly becoming more severe, so even the mighty winter was having difficulties in the fierce winds. As they climbed higher through the thick clouds, they quickly lost sight of the ground. Horses usually have no problem finding their way home, even in cloudy weather. But this was different. With strong winds blowing them off course and dark clouds blocking their view in every direction, the children soon feared that they were becoming really lost. The 3 of them stayed close together as they traveled onward. They should have been over their homes by now, but they felt sure that they had been blown far off their proper course. The horses flew and flew for what seemed a long, long time. After many hours, the clouds beneath them gradually began to clear, making it possible to see the ocean far below. They looked about them, and as the clouds disappeared, they could faintly see a coast in the far distance. None of them recognized where they were, but as they had been blown by such strong winds for so long, they realized that they could be many hundreds of miles from home. The horses seemed to smell the fresh water and grass of the land beneath them, and they started to descend towards the unexplored coast. "I think that Winter's thirsty and hungry," said Becky. "He wants to land down there." "Ginger too," agreed Sammy. Midnight also started heading for the coastline below. The horses eventually glided to a landing on a beautiful white beach. "I'm getting very hungry and very thirsty," said Nikki. "Us too," chimed the girls. The horses soon found some fresh grass and a little stream from which to drink. Nikki immediately knelt by the stream and drank as well, and the girls did the same. "There must be something to eat around here," said Becky. "Look, there are some berries over there. I expect they would be good to eat," Sammy exclaimed. "Maybe the berries are poisonous. We should be careful about eating things we know nothing about," suggested Becky. Just then they heard a noise in the berry patch. They quickly saw the cause of the commotion. Some small rabbits were flying around the bushes and disappearing among the branches, where they nibbled hungrily on the berries. "If those berries are good enough for the bunnies, then they're good enough for me," decided Nikki, and he reached for a handful of the blue fruit. "Delicious!" he exclaimed as he popped the berries into his mouth. Soon the girls joined him and quickly filled up as they devoured the sweet treats. When they could eat no more, the 3 of them decided to stretch out on the beach for a nap. They were very tired from their adventure. When they awoke, it was becoming dark. "We'd better find somewhere to spend the night so we can fly home in the morning," Becky suggested. The horses had already found themselves a comfortable clearing among the trees alongside the beach. Becky, Sammy, and Nikki also walked towards the trees, hoping to find a good place for the long night ahead. As they stepped closer to the trees, Becky suddenly cried out. "Did you hear that?" she inquired. "What?" Nikki asked. "Shush! I heard something weird," explained Becky. A strange creature stepped out from the trees onto the beach. He looked rather like a man, except that he was small, dark, and hairy, with pointed teeth and bat-like wings. And that's the end of the excerpt. If you want to read more, you can get a hold of the book. It's on Amazon and at the publisher's website, surepress.com, which will all come up on the screen afterwards.